Hello, student. You're all welcome to this great and beautiful week. This is our week 7, the 7th week for our third term. And this week we'll be looking at loan capital as a topic. Loan capital, loan capital. The last topic we treated shares. We did a lot of things concerning shares. We talked about the shareholders. We said that shares are the unit of a company's capital. And then we said a lot of things. We talked about ways by which shares can be issued at par, at premium, at discount, etc. Today we'll talk about debentures. Now, at the end of the lesson, you students should be able to define debenture, mortgage, and interest. You should be able to prepare the debenture account and spot the difference between shares and debentures. All right. Here we have debentures. Debenture. What is debenture? Debenture is a type of loan. Used by companies to raise money that is paid back over a long period of time and at a fixed rate of interest. Is a long-term bond issued by a company or an unsecured loan that a company issues without a pledge of assets. I told us that for if a company want to raise capital, what they have to do is to call the public to come and subscribe for shares, to come and buy their shares. And as they are coming, they are buying with their money, they are gathering money for their capital. This debenture is equally another means by which a company can raise its capital. A company can raise its capital. But in this case, it is a type of loan. It's like you coming to loan money to the company, giving out money to the company for them to start up their business. Now, it will not be treated like shares because it's a loan. You're not a co-owner, just like shareholders are. You're not a part owner of the company. Do you understand? And then this particular loan is to be paid back, but it's not like a short-term loan. That is why we classify the venture as a long-term liabilities. It's a loan that will be paid back over a long period of time, and then you probably be paid a fixed rate of interest. Now let's talk about mortgage. Mortgage is an agreement that allows you to borrow money from a bank or similar organizations by offering something of value. It allows you to borrow money from a bank or another organization that can give you the money by offering something value. Sometimes I always you say that before you borrow money from the bank, you have to bring something, present something to them as collateral. Do you understand? And I will probably tell you that the collateral must be something that is way higher, that is higher than the money you are collecting. That is why somebody might want to borrow 2 million naira and the bank will demand for your house. Your house is worth more than 2 million naira, but the bank will demand for it so that you have something that will push you to go and pay. Is that clear? Now, for the interest, this can be seen as a fee for borrowing an asset from a lender. When you borrow something from somebody, you have to add something on top because business is all about making profit. Add something on the money before when you are paying back. Or if you borrowed, if you gave someone money, the person will probably give you interest. All right, now let's continue. Here we have types of debentures. Types of debentures. Remember, we have types of shares. We discussed about that. Today we're discussing about types of what? Debentures. First of all, the first one here is redeemable and irredeemable debentures. The second one is convertible and non-convertible what? Debentures. The third one we have here is secured and unsecured what? Debentures. The fourth, but not the least, we have registered and unregistered debentures. Registered and what? And unregistered debentures. Let's start from the first one, which is the redeemable and irredeemable debentures. The redeemable and the irredeemable debentures. Redeemable. Redeemable debentures, these are debentures which are issued for a fixed period. The principal amount of such debentures is paid off to the debenture holders on the expiry of such period. Now, this can be redeemed by annual drawings or by purchasing from the open market. What are we trying to say? This one is redeemable. You pay the holder on the expiring date. The person gave you money as loan, gave the company money as a loan, and you people fix that in 5 years time you will pay the person so amount of money. On the certificate you see the date to pay the loan, the interest to pay, the name of the debenture holder. It is this one is what we call the redeemable debentures. Now we have another one which is irredeemable debentures. These are the debentures which are not redeemed in the lifetime of the company. You don't pay back. The only thing is that you keep on giving the person interest. If it was agreed annually, you keep on giving the person that particular fixed percentage of interest agreed on annual basis or monthly or quarterly, depending on the agreement when the debentures was being given. Is that clear? Such debentures are paid back only when the company want to liquidate. You can only pay them back their money when you said, I'm tired of this company. This company is going on. Let's close. Let's wind up. That is the only time you pay for the irredeemable debentures. Hope that is clear. Now we'll move on to convertible and non-convertible. Convertible debentures. These are the debentures that can be converted into shares of the company on the expiring date of pre-decided period. This particular convertible, these are type of debentures that you have to agree with the person that on so date, maybe after 2 years or 3 years, you can now convert the money for your debentures to what? To shares. The person will become a shareholder. Is that clear? But convertible is the type of share that there's no way it can be converted to shares. It will remain a loan. Do you understand? It will remain what? A loan. Remember that you have to write the terms and conditions of all these things on a certificate before the business kicks off. Now we have another one we call secured and unsecured debentures. Debentures can be secured in nature. It may equally be unsecured in nature. So a secured debenture is secured by the charge on some assets or set of assets, which is known as secured or mortgage debentures. Secured debentures are those debentures that they have charged on a particular asset of that company or set. It may not be just one, maybe 2 or 3 assets. Assets are those fixed things, those tangible things owned by the business. While unsecured debentures are we probably call them naked what? Debentures. Naked debentures. So they are not fixed to any assets or assets of the business. They are just, you just give them money, and you just give a company loan to do their business. You agree on the terms of payment of interest, and then when the company is about to wind up or is about to close down, they will pay you back your money. That is unsecured. Now we have the last but not the least, the registered and unregistered debentures. The registered and unregistered debentures. Hope you are following. Now for the registered debentures, they are the debentures that are registered with the company. The amount of such debentures is payable only to those debentures holders whose name appears in the register of the company. Now this one, when you come to the company, you register it and they register your name. So the money will only be paid to you, not to any of your family member, not to your friends, not to anybody, not to your wife, not to your children. It must just be paid to you. But for the unregistered, we call them bearer debentures. These are the debentures which are not recorded in a register of the company. Such debentures are transferable merely by delivery. You know, these particular debentures, you can just transfer the ownership to anybody because your name is not registered anywhere in the company. You are not to go to the company and then you sign. The only thing is that before you collect money, collect this particular one, You have to just go to the company with the coupon, and then they will give you what is due for you. But for registered, it must be the person that registered with them. Is that clear? All right, let's move on. Where we have the differences between debentures and shares. The differences, you see, these two things are two sides of a coin. There are ways by which companies can raise their capital. But for the venture is a loan type. Shares are not loan. All right, here I have the shares are the owned funds of the company. Yes, shares are owned by the company, but the ventures are the borrowed funds of the company. Is a loan you must pay back. All right, now shares represent the capital of the business, while the ventures represent the debt of the business. You are owing that person. In fact, you must pay the person the interest whether you have money or not. That is just the thing. You must pay whether you have money or not. Now, the holder of shares are known as shareholders, like we said the last time. But the holder of debentures are known as what? Debentures holders. Now we have shareholders get the dividends. Sure, what you pay to shareholders are dividends. When you make profit, that is, if you make profit, you give them part of it, and you call that money you are giving to them dividends. Is that clear? But for the ventures, what you give to them, we'll call it interest. We call what you give to them what? Interest. Now, dividends can be paid to shareholders only out of profit. You can only pay dividends from the profit. You don't pay a dividend in a situation whereby the company did not make profit. That means dividends will not be what? Will not be paid. But interest can be paid to the ventures holders even if there is no profit. If you make profit, it's not their problem. If you don't make profit, still not their problem. You must pay them their interest. That is for the debenture holders. Now, the holders of shares have voting rights. Yes, the shareholders, they have voting rights. Why? Because they are part owner, co-owner. They are part owner of the company. But for the venture holders, they do not have the right to vote in the company. Now, shares can be converted into debentures. Sure, shares can never be converted into debentures. You cannot convert your shares to debentures. But for debentures, remember what we said, debentures can be converted into shares when we're talking about convertible debentures and non-convertible. So those debentures which is convertible can be converted to shares. All right, let's continue. Now, we have an illustration here that will help us to prepare a debenture account, just like we prepared our shares account. Just the same thing, so that the thing was changed. The name was changed from shares to what? Debentures. All right, here I have Nobel Nigeria PLC 5,008% debentures of ₦1 each, payable as follows: 20 kobo on application. Remember, we use this an application, allotment, first and second and final call on shares. Just the same thing. All the debentures were applied for and allotted. All the sales were duly received. Make necessary journal entry in the book of company. Make necessary journal entry. Before you start making your journal entry, please do your workings, just like I always do my own. Here I have application account. 20 kobo times 5,000 is 1,000 naira. Allotment account, 30 kobo times 5,000. From my question, they gave me 30,000 for allotment. So here I have allotment, 30 kobo times 5,000 is equal to what? 1,500. Now here I have first and final call. They gave it to me together as 50 kobo times what? 5,000. 5,000 debentures that was issued. I hope you know where this 5,000 is coming from. Is equals to 2,500. Now let's go to the solution. I have the name of this business owner, Nobel Nigeria PLC, up here, and then what am I? I'm preparing a journal. This is my journal. I have my date, my particulars, my folio, my DR, and my CR. You notice that now I'm not using a T format. In journals, we don't use T format. You make a statement. All right. Here I have the first one on the particulars. I'm going to take care of the application account. So the first one, I have bank account, is 1,000 naira. From my service, I got over 1,000 naira for that application. I hope you remember. Then the ventures application account, 1,000 naira. And this is the second part of it. Ventures application account, 1,000 naira. The ventures account, 1,000 naira. There is something I want you to observe here. I gave a narration here. Remember that the one thing about a journal is it must come with a narration. Narration is something that a clue, it's something that will give somebody that will come and read the account statement a clue of what happened. And I said, being 5,000 naira debentures, being 5,000 debentures received on application. So even a layman looking at this thing after seeing this my narration will know, oh, he's talking about debentures, it's on application, and the amount is 1,000 naira. That is the purpose of giving this narration. It must be on a journal, on each transaction. Don't forget this. Now the second one is an allotment. I still have my bank account, 1,005 from my savings. I got 1,005 on a allotment. Debenture allotment, 1,500 naira. The second part of it is debenture allotment account, 15, 8% debenture account, 15. Now this is my narration for the allotment account. My word, narration. Being allotment money due on 5,000 debenture, you can give your own. It must not be the same way, but make sure that just a short sentence that will explain what the transaction that took place. You understand? Now the next one is first and final call account. I have bank 25, first and final call 25, have debenture first and final call account 25, 8% debenture 25. Now here is my narration. Being money received on first and final call from her debentures. Did you say this? Please, your own must not be the same thing with my own. You can say your own money. You can remove the being money received on first and final call from debentures. You can equally say being debentures money received on first and final call. Just make sure you add a narration to your journal. It gives you a different marks. Thank you very much as you listen, and then have a nice week. Thank you.